Guess who got brands talking? brandlive.co.za.
You're listening to our social tv.co.za newsfeed. My name is Sam Marshall. Our top stories. Teens represent African continent at Davos, and City of Cape Town slams poisoning of trees. A South African teenager known for advocating a low carbon footprint in a community and a Kenyan environmental activist will feature at this year's World Economic Forum meeting in Davos, Switzerland. 17-year-old Ayaka Malatafa from the Western Cape, who also pushed for the inclusion of diverse voices in climate activism, will be one of the delegates. Last year, Malatafa took part in the United Nations high-level talks on climate after Swedish climate activist Greta Thunberg led the youths. Kenya's Mujahi Njoroge founded hashtag Save Our Forest KE, a campaign that raises awareness about the decimation of forests. It led to a 9-month ban on national forest logging in the country. Officials at the City of Cape Town have slammed the poisoning of a 10th gum tree since October 2019. Earlier this month, the city's horticulturists carried out a site inspection and confirmed that a gum tree that was between 75 and 100 years old had been poisoned. Holes were drilled around the base of the tree and a herbicide injected into the holes. Gum trees from the eucalyptus species were planted throughout Kenilworth. The same trees were widely planted throughout the Western Cape as street and park trees. At the time, they were popular and used to provide timber and firewood. In October 2019, 9 gum trees along Racecourse Road in Durbanville were also targeted. Increasing social mobility, a key driver of income equality by 10%, would not only benefit social cohesion, but also boost economic growth by nearly 5% over the next decade. That's according to the findings of the World Economic Forum's inaugural social mobility report. The report measured 82 economies against 5 key dimensions, distributed over 10 pillars that were necessary for creating social mobility. These included health, education, technology, work and protections, and institutions. A common theme in the report is that few economies have adequate conditions to foster social mobility. As a consequence, inequality had become entrenched and was likely to worsen amidst an era of technological change and efforts towards a green transition. It further identified 4 key areas among the 10 pillars where progress across both developed and emerging economies was particularly lagging, namely low wages, a lack of social protection, inadequate working conditions, and poor lifelong learning systems for workers and the unemployed. And finally, the UCT Graduate School of Business in Cape Town has garnered another international accolade in becoming the first African business school to win the 39th annual John Molson MBA International Case Competition, which often referred to as the MBA Olympics. This is the eighth time the UCT GSB had participated in the competition. Held annually in Montreal, Canada, the John Molson MBA International Case Competition sees hundreds of MBA students representing business schools from more than a dozen countries who compete for a first prize of 10,000 Canadian dollars. Recapping our top story, teens represent African continent at Davos.
For more stories like these, go to www.social-tv.co.za, subscribe to us on YouTube, and follow us on our social mediums.